today I'm going to be filming a re-upload of like my soft glam chocolate brown choco cat makeup tutorial and just talk about some more things that I feel like are pertinent to me, you know, open conversation. So stay tuned, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon. Alright, the first thing I'm gonna get started with is my brows. I'm gonna just do a more natural brow again today. So I'm gonna use my Anastasia brow tint in dark brown and my Anastasia brow gel. So let me find a palette with a mirror. Hold on one second. Oh, here they are. Right here. So, to start with my brows, I'm going to just brush up and then out to define them a little bit more. They're already thick. I usually target the most product at the tail end of my brow, just to give it a little bit more definition. Cute and cute, but I get this question a lot, especially as of recently, because I feel like maybe people may have noticed like a more quieter, timid version of myself. I don't know how else to phrase the question other than, why do you talk like that? And by that, honestly, I mean, how can I put this? Code switching. I am proudly an African American, a Black woman, so it's just like I feel as if I have what I call an at-home voice, native to like a native dialect, I would like to call it, in terms of like linguistics and stuff. I have a native dialect that I speak at home, and then I have like a more professional tone that I use in settings like this, YouTube videos, professional settings and whatnot. But it's just like, how do I put it? I don't want to say I don't worry about the way that I talk, but it's something natural to me. It's something central to me. I feel like I did not grow up in the suburbs. I don't know how else to say it. I didn't grow up around white picket fences or like freshly manicured lawns. I grew up in what people would call the trenches. I mean, I'm from where I'm from, so there is a certain dialect. There's like what I call a native tongue that comes from those certain neighborhoods, that certain lifestyle, that way that you live. Do I necessarily see it as a bad thing? No. But do other people sometimes see it as a bad thing? Yes. And I'm going to tell you exactly why it's not a bad thing in a few seconds. I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Pure Beige this time, just to give it a little highlight around my eyebrows. But I don't see code switching as a bad thing because of, basically, I can give an example. When I was a teacher, I used to sometimes be in charge of classes as large as 30 children between like school age, so kindergarten all the way up until 6th grade. A lot of the children that I used to teach, they basically grew up from the same background as me. They did not grow up with white picket fences. They didn't grow up necessarily in what the world would perceive as a better neighborhood. Came from around the same neighborhoods that I came from. And again, in terms of linguistics, in terms of dialects, the way people talk, I often found that when I spoke to children, especially if they came from where I came from, and I can tell, they were more responsive to hearing directives in their native tone, that people would say that hood dialect, than in the more professional tone, because again, as young children, they haven't seen the world yet. They most likely see more of home than the outside world, the professional world. They were more responsive to me speaking to them in their native dialect than speaking to them professionally. And when you are in charge of wrangling up to 30 kids under the age of 12, anything works. It works. So because of that, I never really saw it as a bad thing that I might speak a little hood, you know, sometimes a little bit spicy around the edges, as other people would say, because that's a part of me. That's a part of where I grew up. That's a part of how I choose to speak. I don't see it necessarily as a bad thing. And another reason why I do it, another reason why I'm authentically myself, no matter how I talk, walk, dress, act, is to show kids like me, like from the inner city, from the hood, from the trenches per se, like you can do it too. It's not a matter of you have to change every aspect of who you are to fit a mold that isn't even central to you to become someone. You can be exactly who you are, exactly who you grew up as. Change, become a better person, but you don't have to shed those core personality traits of yourself to make it in this lifetime. You just have to learn code switching. Know that there's a time and a place for that dialect, and when it works, it works, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing, and it doesn't bother me anymore that people kind of have their opinions about when I speak with a little, I don't even want to say a twang, because that would be like a southern accent. Like when I think of code switching, again, like my mom, she does the same thing. She doesn't necessarily have like what people would call a like hood accent, but if she has a country accent, yes. And do I see her code switch on the phone when she's on the phone with important people? Yes. She goes from country charm to professional gal in 2.5 seconds. And it's just like, it's something that I've always admired, because that means that she never let go of like her true self. That country charm gal taught me a lot about southern hospitality. So coffee break, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. So again, I don't see code switching as a bad thing. I don't see people having like a hood dialect, a native dialect. I don't see that as a bad thing. It's just another way of people choosing to communicate and talk to each other. And like I said, sometimes, again, when I was teaching kids, that was more responsive to them than speaking in a tone that they're not even familiar with. And it works. It works. You're being yourself. You're showing kids that you can be in a position of power. One day you can be a teacher like me, but you can still hold on to that piece of you where you came from. So again, it's nothing bad. I don't think it's bad to speak in your native tongue, in your native dialect. It's not wrong. It's not anything to look bad on. It's not detrimental to who you are. It shouldn't stop anything in your life. But basically, I'm just carving out my brows lightly with concealer bottom, then I carve out the top. One more thing too, a lot of children, I don't know what they would perceive me as in the classroom, was honestly so funny. When I would come out and speak as if I was at home giving them directive, it honestly would surprise them. They were just like, I didn't know you had that in you. Wait, where are you from again? And honestly, it gained a more sense of like, how do you say it, camaraderie. I mean, I am the authority in the classroom. I'm kind of the teacher, but like, I feel like they were more responsive to me again, because they realized that, okay, she's dressed professionally. She's our teacher for the day, substitute or like temporary teacher. So she actually came from, like, she knows what we be talking about. Like, she's not detached or removed from anything that we've been through. She knows where we come from. That's actually pretty cool. And I will honestly have kids like open up to me more and be more honest and open and like forthcoming with me. So that was something that I always enjoyed, because as a teacher in the classroom, I always wanted to make it like known and recognized that although I am the authority figure in the classroom and I'm in charge of all 30 of you at max at a time, I still want you to feel as if you can come to me and tell me anything. If you feel uncomfortable in the classroom, if there's something that's going on at home, in your life, anything, I want you to feel as if you can tell me and that you're comfortable with telling me and that I won't be that type of person to like judge you, because I do think adults can judge children. I want you to feel as if you could tell me anything, because I'm here to help you. I'm not here to hinder you in any way. I am here to help you. I want to see you grow. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you succeed. And this might be going off on a little tangent, but it's just like, I worked in many different classrooms, in many different settings, like in many different areas around my area, and honestly, I noticed that, especially with like Black and brown children, and it always bothered me, the insight, or the how can I put this, the outlook on their life that was given to them by the people in charge, especially if they grew up around where I grew up, they're from the same, how you say, hood as me. They weren't really given many choices, and this idea, this mindset was put on these children at a very young age, and it always bothered me, because it's just like, I want these children to think about graduating high school and going to college. Just because you come from where you come from doesn't stop you from achieving your goals, succeeding, becoming like a thoughtful and fruitful person in this society. It shouldn't be because you talk the way you do, you have a limited source of resources. No, that's not the case, especially if you know how to pick yourself up and make choices and make resources for yourself. So again, in the classroom, I've always been about, especially with the kids like me, you can be something. You're going to be something. You put your mind to it, you can be whatever you want to be. So that's my statement on that one. I hope that little Black girls, little brown girls, and little Black boys and little brown boys don't ever think that it's wrong the way you talk. The way you talk at home, when you're out on the street with your friends, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's natural to you. That's your native tongue. That's your native dialect. Don't shed layers of your personality to please the outside world. I've always said, if you forget where you come from, that's the quickest way you forget who you are and you lose yourself. So do not forget where you came from. I don't forget where I came from, because I always told myself, as soon as I make it, the first place I'm going to come back and help is the place where I came from. So don't ever let people convince you into shedding layers of yourself just to please the outside world. But now I'm going to go in with my concealer over my eyelids, just to prime my eyelids. That same beige color. Every child, especially the ones that society would see as disenfranchised or have less than the other child, the average child from a different community, those are the children that we need to hold on and keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and we need to look after those children the most, because those are the children who are the first to be told that there honestly won't be anything in this world. Those are the children who are told that they have a limited amount of resources, when honestly, like, just beyond the sky is the limit for them, as long as they apply themselves. When you see a little Black child, a little brown child, and you think that because of where they came from, that's gonna have like a negative impact on their life, yes, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it can, but that doesn't mean that they can't take the positive steps if you put those positive steps in their hands to break out of that and become something better. So that's why I say we need to look after our children in the hood first. We need to put those children at the top of our priority, because again, coming from where I come from, those kids are my future. Those are the people who are going to take care of me when I'm old. So again, that's another philosophy I've always adopted about life, and like just teaching in general. I need to take care of these children that I'm teaching the best that I can, because again, they're going to be responsible for me one day when I'm old, and I want to give them the best possible, how can I put it, the best possible training and outlook on life. So when it comes to be my time to get taken care of by these same children, they have a well-rounded and thoughtful perspective of their own lives. They're not really bogged down with like societal norms, pressure, peer pressure, and stuff like that. Economic disadvantage, disenfranchisement. I want to show children that came from where I came from that none of those things necessarily have to stop you from becoming who you want to become. And it's so important to instill that into children, especially at a young age, that do not let anybody tell you who you are and where you came from can stop you from like achieving what you want. Just gonna bake my eyes just a little bit, just so that my eyeshadow doesn't crease, and then I'm gonna wipe all this off. Like, I can go from, girl, what is you doing? What are you talking about? To, hi, how are you? How are you feeling today? Did you have a nice day today? What did you do yesterday when you got home from school? It's all words. It's all a part of the English language. It's just how do you deliver it. Sometimes delivery matters more than the language itself. So that's how I feel about that topic. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. Code switching, stuff like that, because that's what it's called, code switching. I don't think code switching between your native dialect and a more professional tone means that you're less than, or it's something bad to look down upon. I'm just gonna add a little powder right here on the tops of my cheekbones. That just stops the eyeshadow fallout from like staining my face. Coffee break. And the palette I'm gonna use for my chocolate brown soft glam is the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette. It's so pretty. It has all these nice warm chocolatey brown colors. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to take a fluffy blender brush. Off on a tangent too. People have often made fun of me, and I don't really care anymore. In my youth, I used to care, but I don't care anymore, about how I talk. I don't want to say that I would think that I have a full-blown speech impediment, but does my gap, like I have a gap, it's a side gap. It's an interesting gap. It's not your average run-of-the-mill gap. My gap does make me like mispronounce and kind of string certain words together. It's become something that's so like, how do I put it, so normal to me. It doesn't bother me. Does it bother any other people? Yes, but it doesn't bother me. I feel like people don't have a hard time like understanding what I'm saying. It's just that my tooth gets in the way. Like, for example, wait, let me cut myself off. I'm going to take this color right here and I'm going to blend it into my upper lid area. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. It doesn't really bother me because, again, it's been something that I've been dealing with since I lost that tooth, and I lost that tooth at a very young age. I think like 2nd or 3rd grade. I bit into an apple. Tooth had the apple in it. I was looking at it. Tooth was looking at me. I was like, dang, it is what it is. But I don't really see it as a bad thing, but there's certain words I can't say. Like, again, we're doing a chocolate brown look, chocolate brown soft glam. I say chocolate kisses. I can't say the brand, and I know you guys all know what brand I'm talking about, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Like, with my tooth like this, Hershey kisses. Like, I can't say that word. Does it bother me? No, I just don't say it. Like, it's just, that's one of those things that I've grown to like live with, and it doesn't really bother me. Sometimes other people see it as a problem. Those other people see it as a problem. They're not my type of people. It is what it is. So just blend that like nice caramel brown color into my upper lid area. But it's just like, again, sometimes people kind of push the narrative upon me that I needed like speech lessons or something like that, and I don't think that's the case. It's just something that I live with. And I mean, this is kind of going off on a tangent, but I couldn't imagine Like, I take care of my teeth. I'm going to the dentist, get maintenance done and stuff like that. But honestly, I've always been the type of person, like, I don't want to, like, get braces or fix my gap. I'm so comfortable with it. I feel like it's a part of my smile. My mom has always told me, like, I like it. I think it makes your smile unique. I don't want to, like, I don't want to change that about myself. I don't think I would be the type of person to go out and, like, rip out all of my teeth and get, like, implants or veneers or something, unless I needed a specific one to be redone. I don't necessarily think I would change my whole set of teeth to please the outside world, because, again, I've grown so comfortable with my gap in my teeth. It doesn't really bother me that I have a gap and that they're a little bit crooked, a little bit laid to the side. It's a part of me. I feel like, again, it makes my smile unique. I enjoy it. Will I take care of my teeth, make sure that they're clean, go to the dentist, whiten them if necessary, get some whitening trays? Yes. But am I gonna go and get a whole set of veneers and get a whole new set of teeth? No, I don't. I've always said, just my luck, if I got veneers or something like that, one will pop off when I'm biting an apple, just like old times. And it's just like, I'd rather not. But yeah, be who you are. Be comfortable with who you are, whether it's the way you talk, the way your teeth look. Just learn to be comfortable with who you are, because we live in a world that is kind of promoting that you just have to change everything to just fit this cookie cutter mold. And I'm just like, I love baking, but I'm tired of the cookie cutter mold. I'm so tired. But yeah. Next, I'm going to take out of my coffee shop palette, I'm going to take like this medium brown color on this Anastasia smaller fluffy bender brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go in my outer corner and just blend that color. And okay, a lot of my eyeshadow palettes are Juvia's Place, just to go off again on another tangent. The colors are so buttery and soft, and they blend out so well. It's just, I only swiped my brush across the pan a couple times, and look at that color payoff. Like, that's very good. We love a good pigmented eyeshadow. Also, I feel like, again, with my teeth, especially like in the classroom, you work with kids that are younger. They're in that age when they're losing their baby teeth. A lot of kids used to ask me about my gap, honestly. Like, oh my gosh, like, where'd you get that from? Like, how did that happen? And I would tell them, the same way you're sitting here, you guys, eating your lunch, whether y'all in the lunchroom or in the classroom, I was literally biting into an apple one day and I just lost the tooth. Like, it wasn't like something that bad was happening. I was just losing my baby teeth at the time when I was a child. And the same thing can happen to you. And it's not necessarily something that you need to, like, be afraid of. That means you're growing up and you're getting your adult set of teeth. If they come in crooked, you have your adult set of teeth. You're growing, you're glowing. Something to look forward to. So, again, just using the attributes of myself that the outside world might see as, like, negative, using that to instill confidence and reassurance in, like, young children. I've always been the type to do that. I want kids to be fundamentally themselves. I want people in general to just fundamentally be themselves. Be who you are. Be exactly who you were raised to be. Be exactly who you want to be. That type of thing. But now, I'm just gonna keep blending. And I'm kind of bringing the color, like, to the middle. Like, the middle part of my eyelids. So, yes, I'm blending it in the outer corner, but I'm also blending it towards the middle part of my lower lid, just to get it nice and soft and blended. Always make sure that you blend out your eyeshadow. But the next topic that I think I want to speak about, just open-ended conversation, get ready with me, is, again, just accepting yourself, especially after trauma, something traumatic in your life. Like, I honestly had this epiphany last night, and just to cut myself off, I'm going to use I'm going to use this chocolate brown shimmery color right here. I'm going to put that across my lids. So I'm just taking the flat end of that Anastasia brush and I'm going to blend it across my lids. But I had this epiphany last night when I was journaling and thinking about the topics that I was going to talk about for this YouTube video. I realized that for about 23 and a half years of my life, I was the type of people pleaser type of person where I just like, I turned the other cheek to everything, and like I realized that that was not necessarily straying me away from the person that I am, the person that I wanted to become. But I became like this people pleaser where it's like I've let outside influences influence who I was as a person. Not necessarily changed me 100%, but they definitely influenced me, and I feel like in a negative way as well, to be like a more like cattier, mean type person. Maybe not overtly, but a little bit covertly. And again, trauma, healing from that, and like introducing yourself and meeting a new version of yourself, I realized like that part of me is gone. That part of me, although I am the type of person, if something is bothering me, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna turn my cheek anymore. Like, I'm gonna speak on what's bothering me. I had lost the urge to be catty. I've lost the urge to be like have any type of animosity towards the outside world, like people in general, anybody, because it's like it's not productive to me. I feel like women, especially Black women, but women especially, sometimes we hold this position of judging when we should hold the position of just like being thoughtful and caring to others. Because I mean, I don't want to say that's our specific role in society. Everybody should do that, whatever gender you are. But I feel like that's more central to women, to be more open and more like thoughtful and attentive rather than like rude, judgmental, catty, XYZ. So I've enjoyed meeting this new version of myself, and how this girl is just so set on her goals, her personal goals. Like, I realized I'm not in competition with anybody else in this world. I'm in competition with who I was last year at this time. And again, I'm just gonna go simple with the chocolate brown. Like, that's the eye look so far. We're gonna make sure we add like bottom lashes and stuff like that soon, but not bottom lashes, but like eyelashes, mascara, eyeliner, etc, etc. But that's our chocolate brown look so far. I'm just gonna brush off that excess powder and I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna keep talking about that same topic. I gotta go get my lashes out of the bathroom, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, you guys. I got my eyelashes. They were in the medicine cabinet. I ripped them off after a long day. But honestly, back to what I was saying, I am in competition with no one, whether that's man, woman, entity, whatever you want to say. I'm not in competition with anyone but myself and who I was last year and the year before that and the year before that, and so on and so forth. And honestly, again, while journaling, while writing out, planning this YouTube video, I realized like I have done like a whole 365, not a 360, but an extra 5 degrees. Like, this time last year, I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all, I was a hot mess. And now it's like, again, I've took the steps to just like focus on myself, build myself up, grow, glow. And it's like, it's so liberating or refreshing to see how much I've grown and how much better that I'm doing, and how more forthcoming and like forthright I am with my goals, and how I've been going after them in my own way. That's another thing. I feel like, again, I've had a lot of outside influences try to tell me like how I should go about my goals, how I should do what I'm doing, how I should just live my life. And I get it, you're trying to give me advice, but does that mean that I necessarily have to follow it? No. Just yeah. But again, that's another philosophy I held in my life. Like, again, because again, we live in like a capitalistic society. Money makes the world go round. I don't like, how can I put this? I don't want to ruffle any feathers with this one. I gotta think about it. Think before you speak. I just have this outlook on life in general that I don't want to take advice from anybody that I see that's not happy. People see happiness in material nowadays. They see someone with a whole bunch of money and they think that they're happy. I'm the type of person where, like, existential things make me happy. I'm gonna use brown eyeliner because this is a chocolate brown soft glam. I honestly want to be existentially happy before my pockets are happy, if that makes sense. I want to live my life and do the things that make me happy, because life is more about experience than than I feel like monetary gain. Because when you go on to be with the good Lord and stuff like that, you can't really take anything you monetarily gained in this world with you into the afterlife. That's just something that's just a part of this lifetime that we're living. It's not necessarily something that I feel like you should center your life around. Should it be a goal in your life? Yes, so that you can live comfortably. But should you let that what that is change who you are and change how you look at life? No, you shouldn't. So I'm definitely like the type of person, I care about my life and its experience and how many happy memories I can make, because that's what you take with you. That's what you carry with you closest to your heart, the experience that you make in this lifetime. I want to make as many happy memories, especially to make up for any bad memories that I may hold on to. I want to make up twice as many good memories in this lifetime. So I feel like, especially as of lately, that's been something I'm really like central on. Just making good memories and making sure that I'm comfortable and just happy, like living. So yeah, it's been good. That's what I've been doing. And it has worked out for me so well. But I'm just making a medium-sized cat eye. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. Yep, not too thick, not too thin. Repeat on the other eye, copy paste. But okay, and I want to say this, does this mean that every person with a whole bunch of money is miserable? No, but like, money doesn't necessarily make me happy. My mom has this saying that you have to pay to live. Again, we live in a capitalistic society. You got to pay for your house, you got to pay for your car, you got to pay for groceries, you got to pay your bills every month. That's paying to live, because that's a part of the society that we live in. But will I let money affect my happiness, the lack thereof, or the abundance of it? No. No. Because at the end of the day, if you think about money in its literal sense, it's a piece of paper with people printed on it. It's a piece of paper with people on it. Like, you shouldn't let that hold so much precedence over your life, because when you do it, you know what they say, money is the root of all evil. So don't let that like sour your outlook or your perspective on life at all. But let me just focus and finish this eyeliner. Very cute, very pretty. But again, aside from money, that's just one aspect of it, because again, we live in a capitalistic society. Again, just being a better person than I was last year, if I was in a competition with myself and I had, like, if you considered right now at this moment the finish line, the race is ended, I beat myself better than what I was last year. Like, I completely did the 365 better than who I was last year, and that means I achieved a goal, so I'm gonna be happy about it, and I'm happy for myself. Putting on a little mascara just to, gotta get a new mascara soon. I feel like I'm running out of this one. Gotta make a Ulta trip. But yes, just coat your eyebrows with a little bit of mascara just to help your lashes blend. I'm using, they're not too long, fluffy cat eyelashes. Here, me. They're fluffy, they're cat eye. Where did I just put my eyeliner? I feel like I missed the spot right in the corner over here. Just touch up our eyeliner. And then we're gonna get started into working on the base. I'm gonna put, actually I'm gonna wait to put my eyelashes on because these are a little bit fluffier, and sometimes when you blend your foundation around here, I notice I get a little foundation on my outer lashes. So I'm just going to start on my base. We're gonna skip a step, you guys. So I'm gonna use, again, the method that I used from the last tutorial. I like that, the more natural, skin breathable, plus it's hot outside, so SPF is good. I'm using, oh, excuse me, I have manners, excuse me, I do have table manners, coffee's getting to me. But I'm going to use the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Illumination Cream in Tan. And again, it has a lot of good like SPF and like skin nutrients that's good for your skin, so that's good for me. I'm gonna use one pump on a wet beauty blender, and I'm just gonna blend this out all around my face. But yeah, I fundamentally don't take advice from people, whether they have a whole bunch of money or they don't. I don't take advice from people who I look at as unhappy. That may ruffle a little bit of feathers, that may seem a little bit like meh, but I take advice from people who I see are happy in this lifetime, because I want to be happy. Especially from every time that I've ever been sad, I want to be fundamentally happily happy in this lifetime. So some of the happiest people I've ever met are people who, like, honestly, like, some of them live like me, some of them may have money. It depends. Like, again, it all depends on how that person you're taking advice lives. Like, I've met a whole bunch of people in this world. I'm an outgoing person. I like talking to people. So it's just like some of the best advice I've gotten. I'll never forget. It was this lady I worked with at a daycare. I'm not gonna say where, but she was just so uplifting and positive, and like she always called everybody baby and sweetie and stuff like that. And I don't want to tell too much about like her, just for the sake of her privacy. I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that, but I always forget, like, she always had this positive outlook on life. No matter what she was going through, it's like she kept positivity on her mind, and she made that sure that all of her coworkers, because that was when I had a classroom. There were 3 teachers, and I was one of the assistant teachers, and she worked in the other classroom. She was one of the assistant teachers. But again, you go from classroom to classroom. Kids, it's a smaller daycare. Kids like commingle with each other. They all go outside to play. It's just like she always had this positive outlook on life, and she was always like central to, baby, you do what you want to do, you do what makes you happy. And like, honestly, I used to love going to work just for her. Like, that was one of my favorite jobs. And even when the kids were all crazy, like everybody's having a problem, she was just like, you know what, this is nothing that we can't handle. Why? Because we do it every day. Like, she always, again, did what I did. She turned a perceived negative into a positive. Those are the type of people I like to take advice from. And again, a lot of like her kind of encouraging words have been like coming back to me as of recently. I don't know why, but like, again, just taking advice from people who are existentially happy is just, I feel like, the best way to go. So I blended out that It Cosmetics foundation. Blend to your ears, blend on your neck. You guys, blend to your ears and blend on your neck to make everything flawless and seamless. I'm going to take the Rimmel London Jelly Blush. This is in Melon Madness, and I'm going to dab this with my finger on my cheeks and then blend it with my my blush beauty blender. So boom, 3 little dots usually work. 1, 2, 3 down my cheekbones, and then I'm gonna like lightly blend that in to my skin. And honestly, I don't know. I want to look a little bit more like Melanie, a little bit more peachy. Melanie, peachy. I don't know. I want to look a little bit more like peachy. So I'm going to actually go back in. And I know you're probably like, wait, but you haven't set your face yet. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of powder blush. And I'm going to use like, it's honestly the same color. It's from this, I melted this with my flat iron. But ignore the pan fell out. I'm gonna take this blush color right here from the Makeup Revolution Pro HD palette. Take the blush and kind of like, not necessarily set the blush, but just enhance the color just a little bit, because I love being a blush gal. So just tap a little bit. Like, my base is not set yet, but I'm just tapping a little bit just to enhance the color that I already have. Let's take a little bit more. Put a little on my nose. Blend that all the way up to my temples and my cheekbones. Very cute, very good. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my washcloth. It's pumpkin spice season, y'all. It's a pumpkin. Ignore the makeup. It's a pumpkin. But and I have pumpkin spice coffee. I love fall, y'all. Yay. Uggs, sweaters, pumpkin spice. Yay. But oh, excuse me. But yeah, I've just been focusing on being existentially happy, being a better person than I was last year, and I feel like I've been succeeding at that. I've been exceeding my expectations, if you want me to be honest with you. But yes, the blush, it's all set, it's all cute. So I'm gonna take that same brush again, knock any blush off of it. Today is the day I clean my makeup brushes, so I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to take cream contouring LA Girl Pro Concealer in Amber, and this one is almost empty because I rarely cream contour, so I haven't had to like really refill this, but I mean, I'm doing it now, so there we go. Take a little dot of it. That's probably about how much I use for my whole face. I get a little bit on the brush and I just blend it out so that it doesn't come out streaky. I'm gonna go down my cheekbones, cross my temples, you know, add some more shape back into my face. And when I blend, I'm just like sweeping it across my face. I'm not brushing or like, I'm just like lightly tapping it into my face. Lightly go across my temples, across my forehead. And then we go back in. I always like to go in and blend the edges with my beauty blender. Make sure everything is seamless and soft. Oh, that was blush. I mean, powder brush. Make sure that you just define your like the contours of your face. Make sure you keep your hair out the way so you don't get a makeup cast on it. But yes, just be yourself. I feel like the way you will be most comfortable in this lifetime, you should just be yourself. Worry about you. Take care of yourself. And yeah, you'll be happy. How can I put this? I feel like as of recently, especially, I've had a whole bunch of people come into my life, honestly, and just tell me completely how to run my life, how to conduct myself. And it's just like, I get it. I appreciate the advice, but it's just like, I don't know how else to say it, but you don't run me. I don't know you. Like, do you guys remember? You guys, if you've ever seen King of the Hill, and he goes to the self-defense training classes, and he's just like, they teach him how to defend himself if somebody takes like his little man bag, his little purse. He's like, don't touch me, that's my purse. Like, that's the outlook I've had on like basically people just giving me unwarranted advice. Like, my life is my purse, don't touch my purse. Like like, I hear you, but no thank you. That's all I have to say. I hear you, but no thank you. I will do things at my own pace, at my own free will, because again, I do have my own free will, and that's just how it's gonna be. Like, I hear you, I appreciate you, thank you for trying to help, but I'm gonna do things the way I want to. And honestly, sometimes I question, like, where does that entitlement come out of other people? Like, I am going to tell this person in an attempt to basically get them to run their life the way I would want them to run their life. Like, I'm going to like take precedence and basically attempt to tell them that, yeah, what you're doing is wrong, you need to do it this way. I'm like, how would you know unless you're living in that person's shoes and you live through their life like from birth to now? Why do you think your advice is okay? You may have lived something similar to that person. Why do you think their advice is like cookie cutter, gonna match perfectly for that person's life? Why? Where does that self-entitlement come from? It's just something I've always questioned out of other people, because I don't really go around giving people unwarranted advice. Sometimes I feel like it's just underhanded, but that's just me. But again, I kind of like I did a lot of highlight this time, but again, it's supposed to be very glowy. Blend out your highlight accordingly. I start on my chin. Blend out the edges. Blend out my under eyes. Blend down the bridge of my nose and just blend out the edges. Very cute, very highlighted, but blend out the other side. Basically, the best advice I can give to anyone is like, yes, other people can have good advice. I'm not saying that people can't have good advice that's pertinent to your life, but fundamentally, live your life how you see fit. Like, everyone's advice doesn't necessarily fit your lifestyle. They may try to like attempt to tell you that it does, but I don't think it will necessarily fit everyone's life. If advice about life was cookie cutter, then I mean, we would go to one central source for advice. Anybody can give advice, so that's why it's like you pick and choose. You use your discernment, you use your intuition into what's good for you and what's not good for you. I'm just gonna touch up this wing. I kind of lost it with my concealer. Boop. Boop. And then I'm gonna blend out my forehead and leave my nose contour to like set a little bit more, just to give it that snatched look when we blend everything out. Very pretty, very soft. very natural. But then I'm just going to go in with my powder brush and I'm going to lightly set everything. I'm not going to bake, I'm just going to set it. So I go where it would crease first, which is basically like under my eyes. Go like a half moon shape and then down the bridge of my nose. Just use the excess to just like set where I just highlighted. Same thing for my chin. Just set where I highlighted. Forehead, set where I highlighted at. You're looking good so far. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back in to make sure that my contour is contouring. Very cute, very natural. And then I am going to now put on my lashes and stuff like that because I've done my base and I am not going to stain it with any type of concealer or foundation. So I'm going to take my white Duo Glue, or clear Duo Glue, it's in a white tube, and I'm just going to put some on my lashes and let it set. And we're going to move on into the rest of the makeup look, you guys. We're almost done, actually. All right, there we go. Put the lashes, put the glue on. Hold on. Make sure. I always put a little bit more glue on the ends and on the inner corners because those are the first parts to rip. Well, not rip, but lift up when you're putting on eyelashes. So I always want to make sure that those are secured first. Honestly, again, I'm gonna wipe off this brush. I need to wash my makeup brushes today. That's a good thing to do to keep your skin clear as well. Make sure that you wash your makeup brushes. I do them like every week and a half. I can't lie, not every week, but like every week and a half. Sometimes I forget, but that's another good way to keep your skin clear because they can end up holding a lot of like bacteria and stuff. So make sure you clean your makeup brushes. I'm just gonna add a little bit more blush because we love blush. If you don't like blush, I don't know what you're doing. Just a little bit more blush. I love this color of blush. I feel like it's very flattering for my skin tone. Yes, but if any, I can give any advice to anybody: be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. You see? Be yourself. Like I love being myself. Being yourself is the quickest way to loving yourself. Just be exactly who you set out to be. I can't lie to you. I am weird. Like, I was a nerd growing up. I'm still a nerd. Like, I basically, again, the way my parents raised me and stuff like that, I was never limited when it came to like hobbies, interests, sports, like anything. Like, that's the one thing I'm very thankful for my parents. Is like they just, I don't want to say let me do whatever I wanted to do, but if it's anything that could like make me a more well-rounded person, just like go for it. Whether it's dance, technology, just making friends, meeting new people, they were always for that for me. So it's just like, again, I don't think it's ever too late to adopt that type of lifestyle. So just do what you want. Be yourself. It's very good for you. It's good for you. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you as yourself, who you naturally are, is like any less than as a person. Because okay, who died and made them God? I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers with that one, but who died and made them God? No, don't prescribe, don't subscribe. Hit the unsubscribe button to anybody that's like that. So I'm going to take my Anastasia brush again, and I'm going to go back into, I'm going to take the flat one that I use for the sparkle. I wiped it off a little bit, and I'm going to use this color right here, which is what I put in my outer corner, and I'm going to go around the bottom 2/3 of my bottom lashes and connect it with the connected with that wing. Very cute, very chocolatey, very wow. And then I'm gonna start applying my lashes accordingly. You gotta be quiet when we're applying lashes because we gotta focus. Listen, my eyelashes, because I put the mascara on, they're like super curly. I have naturally super curly eyelashes, so sometimes I have to like force the band down to my lash line because my natural lashes push the lash back up. So if you ever see me with a gap in my lashes, because my natural lashes are very long and like just they push lashes out of the way. That's also another reason why I think I used to like glue my eyelashes to my lashes, because I was trying to like push them back down, but that wasn't good for the health of my overall lashes. Just keep pushing. Oh, there's like glue in my eye. Hold on. It is glue in my eye. Y'all, I have like, I don't know where it's coming from. Oh my gosh, hold on one second. Okay, you guys, I had a little like floaty of glue, like strand floating through my eye, and like I could not see for a second, but she's better. She's back and she's better. And my lash glue is dry, so it doesn't have a white cast to it. Yep. But just fluffy, short, kind of thick, kind of wispy cat eye lashes. Put my other one on for quiet when we put our lashes on because we gotta focus. I don't know if like outside is going through like a second bloomer and something, but like just off on a tangent, my allergies have been acting up recently. Like I went, honestly, yesterday I was wash day. Like my hair is nice and washed now. Yesterday was wash day and I literally like took a drive like by, I'm not gonna say where, just for my privacy, just to like dry my hair without using a blow dryer or anything that would make it frizzy, just natural air. I drove with the windows down, and when I came home, by the time I came home, like all of this like sinuses was just sinusing, and I'm like, ooh girl, no way. So I might need a little Claritin or something, but the trees, they've been doing their thing out there. We need those though. They create our oxygen, so I ain't mad at them. All right, the lashes and stuff, they're on. Push them down. And then I'm going to use my mascara to just give myself some bottom lashes. Not too many because our lashes up top are so thick. Very cute, very pretty. We love a chocolate brown look. I'm just gonna make sure that my lashes are on my lash line one more time. Okay, there. I'm going to take my powder brush, knock away any excess powder. Even though we didn't bake, just knock away any excess powder. Blend everything together. And then we're gonna go in and we're going to add our highlight, guys. We're almost done. Where's my highlighter brush? This always happens. I hope it's not in the bathroom again. Oh, actually, before I do that, I feel like my eyebrows, I might have got a little powder on them, so I'm just gonna go back in with my brow gel and just kind of like, just the front part. Raise them up. Make them pretty. So, we are going to find our highlight brush. Here it goes. Morphe R36 is my favorite highlight brush. I'm going to take my Anastasia Glow Kit, my favorite highlighter, and I'm going to mix actually two colors. I'm going to mix up right here. Please stop. But I'm going to mix a little bit of bronze and a little bit of summer and just put that on the high points of my cheeks. Down the bridge of my nose. I do like a exclamation point on my nose. So this is like the period of the exclamation point. Then down the bridge of my nose, I just make a little line. That's how I highlight my nose. And then we're gonna go into the high points of our brow bone. And then above our brow on our temples. Just gonna highlight lightly right there, blend it out. Excuse me. And honestly, I'm just gonna go in and I'm going to blend out everything again down my chin, around my ears and whatnot, just to make sure that everything is blended and soft in my face. And then I'm going to move on into the lips. Oops. Be back, you guys. All right, and then we're gonna move on into our lips. My favorite Dollar Tree lip combo. I use this brown lipstick as lip liner, but because it's a chocolate brown look, I'm going to use a little bit. I'm gonna like not overline my lips going up, but like more into my lips. So basically halfway fill them in. That's a good way to say it. With brown. fill them in with a little brown. Then I'm going to take like my nude pink lip gloss, sparkly, we love it. Kind of tastes and smells like strawberries. And apply that to my lips. Very cute, very pretty. I just realized I forgot to contour my nose. I'm like, something is missing. Ooh, child. Where is the brush to contour my nose? I'm like, what is going on? I'm just gonna do like a fake powder contour. I don't have time to get any more of my cream contour out. I'm gonna take this color Kano from the Juvia's Place Warrior palette, and I'm just gonna take the little bit of that and just contour my nose really fast, because what? Gotta snatch the nose. Something was missing. I was like, one of these things is not like the other, and it's my nose. Very cute, very blended. All right, we're gonna get into our hair. Like I said, wash day was yesterday, and I literally went and air dried my hair in the car. It's nice and fluffy. My rollers, are they dry? Yes, my rollers are dry. I have been lately, I don't want to say I've been abandoning my side part, but I just don't feel like wearing, I wear my hair in a side part so much, and I did a flip over sewing, so I'm just gonna like wear it in its normal flip over pattern. Oh, and I sprayed my face just to like blend everything together. I sprayed my face with a little bit of Mario Badescu rose water spray. I use that sometimes after my skincare. I use it after my makeup. It's just chef's kiss. It's just the icing on the cake, literally. So I'm gonna take out my flexi rods. I co-washed my hair with my Sweet Peas Naturals Nourishing Conditioner, and then I deep conditioned with my Coconut Curly Cream Deep Cream Conditioner. And my hair is nice and soft and moisturized. Even my natural hair, it's like my hair has been growing a lot as of recently. I've been using all my products like on a somewhat strict regimen, and I see the difference in my hair and its softness and the way it's growing. It's very good. It's helping me out a lot. I'm just gonna unroll all of these flexi rods. Ooh, get a good itch. I was honestly, when I went to dry my hair in the car yesterday, I was like, should I leave the house with these bright yellow noodles in my hair? But then I was just like, I don't care. I mean, I gotta dry my hair. I'm not sitting under the dryer. It's gonna make my curls frizzy. So I just rode with the windows down and I dried my hair. And now it's dry. Very soft too, without being frizzy. And I unroll those curls. Like, the health of my hair, how soft it is, has definitely improved. I get less split ends, less dryness, less breakage, all of that stuff. Like, I definitely recommend my products. Of course I do, but just to anybody, I recommend my products. Especially if you have problems with like dry hair. I have what I would call high porosity hair, so I have to like, I don't want to say over moisturize, but I have to make sure my hair is super moisturized for it to not look like just a mess. So my products, I especially made them to be super moisturizing. So again, you need a nice moisturizing hair regimen. Sweet Peas Naturals gotcha, and it's vegan and cruelty free. And just the update, I've officially put my next debut of products into production. I have designed the final labels. I debuted like the mock labels. I don't want to say those were the final labels, but the final labels for all the products have been completed and sent off to my manufacturer. So expect to see a product launch very, very soon. And yes, I'm so happy. This product launch that's coming up is my baby shampoo and conditioner. I have a hair oil serum specifically for children. All of the baby products are formulated to be tear-free and gentle, again hydrating and moisturizing to your little one's hair. And I have my bust down blowout cream, which is like a cream heat protectant that you can apply it to your hair wet or dry, because I've used it before to like blow out my hair, to stretch it, to put it in the flexi rods. And you can apply it to wet or dry hair, and it's just meant to be like a nourishing, deep like smoothing treatment and heat protectant to protect your hair against like heat, flat iron, blow dry, or whatever you choose to use. So yeah, and I'm honestly, again, because I don't really care about sharing my ideas, I've been thinking about like curating and having my own blow dryer along with the flat iron, so you have like the full set of tools, like a sparkly star-studded hair dryer. I just think that's so cute. So I've also been looking into like hair care tools, like sparkly everything, sparkly hairbrushes, sparkly blow dryers, sparkly hot tools. Like, I am probably gonna do this soon. I'm gonna debut a bigger version of my little Leo flat iron. Like, even though my hair is curly, the little Leo is still here. I'm gonna show you guys where she's at. My little Leo is still here, but I want to do a big, I call it the big Aries, and it's, instead of it being a 1-inch flat iron, it's a 1.25 or a 1.5-inch flat iron. It looks the same as this, works the same, but it's just bigger for bigger sections of hair. So that's what you guys have to look forward to, you guys. It's coming out very soon. So again, I have no product in my hair other than what I use to wash my hair. My hair is just like naturally fluffy and moisturized. That's what Sweet Peas Boutique will do for you. Blend out my leave out. Very cute. Chocolate brown Glam. Very cute, you guys. And then I'm wondering, is there anything else that I need? Do I need to, honestly, one more thing before we end this video. I'm not really a big baby hairs fan. I'm thinking about slicking down my baby hairs, but I just want to let them breathe. I don't want to do too much of them. Like, again, I've been just growing my hair out. Not too much tension, not too much work. Just don't do too much to your hair. Just let it grow. Make sure you keep it moisturized, happy, healthy. Your hair will grow. But yeah, you guys, that's the final look. I did my hair, even though I didn't really do too much to it. Wash day was yesterday. And this is my eyeshadow look. It's a chocolate brown with a little bit of chocolate brown eyeliner. Very cute, very, very sweet. A little cat eye lash look. Natural base, natural skin. Give you guys an open conversation, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, just live happily, live existentially happily. Just be happy. Don't be in competition with anybody else. Be in competition with the self that you were last year, and I promise you, you will see positive results in your life. Bye guys.